We all have a lot of voices that we hear. There is the voice of society with all its ideas and paradigms about how you and I should live our lives. There is the voice of our family and friends, their idea of how we should live our lives that we often think about and wonder if their thoughts about us are right or wrong. The inner critic is a super strong voice within all of us that focuses on what we supposedly have done wrong, how we could do better, and how we need to improve. The most important voice, and usually the quietest one, the one that is hardest to hear, is your soul and my soul speaking within us in important whispers as to what we truly want to do with our lives and who we really want to be. Why is it that that small, still voice, the speaking of our soul, is so muted relative to all the other voices that we hear every day? When you consider how most of us are raised, our focus is mostly external. What is it that we can do to make our family happy, to keep our parents happy, to keep society happy, whether it be our teachers or our friends? Our focus is mostly on how to fit in, which makes life seemingly much easier for us than not fitting in. But ultimately, the not fitting in is where our true power is. Your small, still voice, my friend, your soul guidance will always lead you to a place that no one else has been. Your small, still voice will lead you to do what no one else has done, to ideas that seem beyond being accomplished, but nevertheless are truly possible. It is completely understandable how many of us end up with lives that are not what we thought they would be. We aren't really ever taught about inner guidance, being able to discern between the different voices that we hear and what to do about them, which voice should receive priority and which voice should be discarded. As a matter of fact, in my experience as working as a mental health counselor, one question that I never asked those whom I counseled, but was commonly asked of those who were being counseled is, do you hear voices? My thought always has been and always will be, my goodness, I hope you hear voices. I hope you hear the voice of your soul. I hope you hear the voice of outside. And I hope that you're able to discern which is which, because that is where peace, guidance, and happiness will come from knowing your inner voice, from discerning between that and the inner critic and the voice of society, and being able to hear the small, still voice, follow it, and have a life of beauty that you so deserve. Why would you want to take the time to start sifting and sorting through which voices are which? The reason is, my sweet friend, because you only have this one life that you're presently living to be all that you want to be and do all that you want to do. And there is no force on this planet that has the right to stop you from being the true essence of who you really are. If you ever have moments where you wonder what the purpose of your life is, why it's turning out the way that it is, or if there isn't something more meaningful to life itself, if you ever wonder about the answers to any of these questions, then be assured that your soul is reaching out to you, asking you to be still, to listen to her, and then to follow her guidance. Because you truly do have all the answers within, my sweet friend. You are an eternal being in a human body, having an experience of life that is meant to be all of life in its fullness for you. Your purpose is yours, and that small, still voice wants to guide you into the answers to all of your questions. What seems like potentially a very complicated task, sorting out the voices, finding out what it is you truly want to do with your life, being unencumbered by the thoughts, feelings, and desires of others. This can actually easily be accomplished simply by taking 1 week to sort out which voice is which. And in that, in 1 week from now, you, my sweet friend, will have a very clear picture of what it is you want to do in life and how to begin on that journey. For 1 week, beginning today, every single day, whatever thoughts come to you, write them down. At the end of the day, sort those thoughts into 3 columns. The first column is the inner critic. The second column is the voice of society and others. And the third column is your soul, where God speaks to you. It is actually very easy to discern which voice is which. The inner critic, obviously, is any kind of unkind thoughts that come up within you, criticizing your life, passing judgment on you, or limiting you in any way. That voice is always the inner critic, and of course is a false voice. The second voice, the voice of society and others, usually feels like some type of pressure that's uncomfortable, thoughts that come to you about how you should live your life that make you feel unsettled. The voice of society and others feels like a mismatch, a disharmony within yourself. By far, the most powerful and precious of all the voices you hear is the voice of your soul. The voice of your soul at first seems to speak to you in whispers, but the longer you listen to her and write down her thoughts, I promise you, the louder she will become. That is because this is your true essence, the voice of God, your inner spirit, and this is where the beauty of you truly resides. After just 1 week, my sweet friend, of sorting out the voices that you hear into their respective categories, you will see so clearly what it is that you truly want to do with your life and what is the desire of your heart. When God created you, He broke the proverbial mold. There can never be another you. The way that you think, what you have to offer others, your feelings. You are a very specific, magnificent creation. You have a purpose that no other has. And just as the stars in the sky each twinkle in their own way, and none of them can ever be duplicated, you, my sweet friend, are as individualistic, as precious, and as priceless as the stars in the sky. Your eternal voice within holds all the answers that you will ever need. The more you listen to her, the more she will speak, as she guides you into the destiny that God has created for you. If Swanky Genius encouragements helped your heart, we'd be ever so grateful if you liked, commented, subscribed, shared our podcasts, and check out our book, journal, and coloring book series featuring Lamp the cat and Swanky Genius the bird, who are whimsical best pals at swankygenius.com.